What is up, rebel colonists and Earthsphere citizens? I am just a simple new type, and this will be our first video that dives directly into the After Colony universe and Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Like many people, this was my first introduction into the Gundam franchise, as I watched this on Toonami back in the day. But does it hold up? Well, I am going to find out. In this series, we will follow 5 Gundam pilots who stand up to the oppressive Oz military. Let's not waste any time, and let's dive into this. Several nations established colonies in space. This marks year 1 of the After Colony calendar, AC-20. Colony A0206 is constructed at Lagrange Point 5. AC-50. The Middle East leaves the oil industry and gets into building colonies. This allows construction of colonies and other Lagrange points. AC-102. A colony is complete at L1. With this success, humanity pushes forward and starts creating colony clusters. During this time, a conflict occurs on Earth and causes 15% of humanity to migrate to the colonies. AC-130. Tensions die down on Earth. Katrina and Sabrina Peacecraft of Sank Kingdom are born. AC-133. The United Earth Sphere Alliance is formed. AC-140. Many of the Earth nations join the Alliance and force their sister colonies to follow the Alliance authority. AC-147. The Alliance forcibly seizes control of all colonies. AC-165. The colonies elect a man named Heero Yuy as their first representative. AC-173. Oz begins development of the mobile suit. AC-175. Heero Yuy is assassinated. AC-176. The Alliance begins using mobile suits to start suppressing colony revolts. AC-177. Mass production of the Ares begins. AC-180. Relina Peacecraft is born. AC-191. Terrorists steal designs of the Ares prototype. And that brings us to the beginning of this story, after Colony 195. The colonies plan to commence Operation Meteor, but the Alliance catches on to the operation. Operation Meteor is a plan created by rebel colonists to send new fighters to Earth disguised as meteors. 5 objects heads towards Earth. The Earth Sphere informs Lieutenant Zex Marquis, who is in the area. He monitors one object heading in the Eurasian territory. A capsule is nearby and watching this all go down. It contains Vice Foreign Minister Darlian and his daughter Relina. The object speeds up while re-entering the atmosphere. It breaks apart, revealing a pod of some sort. Zex decides to launch in his Leo. The Oz-06 MS Leo is created based off of the data of the first mobile suit created, the Tall Geese, which we will see later in action. It has a 105mm rifle, beam saber, shield, a Dober gun, and much more. 2 Ares pilots assist him. The Oz-07 AMS Ares is capable of high-speed flight due to its jet engines and can convert into a flight mode. The Ares usually has more powerful ammunition compared to the Leo, but its armor is lacking. It has a chain rifle, missile pod, and beam cannon. After they all break through Earth's atmosphere, the pod transforms into a winged mobile suit. The Leo launches its parachute, while the Ares attack the mysterious mobile suit. This is the Wing Gundam. The XXXG-01W Wing Gundam, known simply as 01, is one of the 5 mobile suits created for Operation Meteor. This is a well-rounded mobile suit that utilizes a bird mode, which is accomplished by the Gundam's wing unit on its backpack. This, along with the Gundam's AMBAC system, make this a very aerodynamic Gundam. However, it was not installed with a Zero system, which we will dive deeper in later. Unlike Oz-based mobile suits, these Gundams contain a spherical 360-degree cockpit to allow the pilot full range of view. It has a Buster Rifle, Vulcans, machine cannon, shield, and beam saber. The Gundam is able to take out both Ares with one tack. Zex in his Leo goes in and grabs the Gundam. He ejects and breaks out the parachute. Darlian goes to visit General Septim, while Relina walks home. She is mad that her father hasn't recognized that her birthday is coming soon. While walking, she runs into the Gundam pilot who washed up on shore. At an opera, we meet Trace, Kushanada, head of the United Earth Sphere Alliance Special Forces known as Oz. Oz stands for Organization of the Zodiac. Zex is also a part of Oz. He is informed by Zex of the situation with the Gundam. Trace meets with General Septim, who yells about losing military resources. Meanwhile, back on the beach, the mysterious mobile suit pilot wakes up to find that Relina called the ambulance. Shit, she saw your face. Time to blow yourself up. Shit, that didn't work either. Time to steal this ambulance, I guess. He drives away before Relina could even ask what his name was. Meanwhile, we meet the 4 other mobile suit pilots taking out a spaceport. The pilots are Dual Maxwell in the Death Side, Troa Barton in the Heavy Arms, Katra Roberto Viner in the Sandrock, and Chang Wufei in the Shinlong. The next day, Relina heads to school. It seems she is the richest and most popular person at school. A new student is attending class for the first time. He introduces himself as Heero Yuy. Relina recognizes him as the mysterious pilot. Later in the day, Relina gives him an invitation letter and invites him to her birthday party, but he instantly tears it up in front of her. She begins to cry, but Heero wipes her tears away. As he passes her, he whispers what every girl loves to hear. Now that is true love. Relina is very scaroused. At school, a man challenges Heero to a fencing duel. He instantly wins. Zex is heading towards where the Gundam crash landed in the ocean. He asks some allies above to help their sub with engine troubles in exchange for 2 of their underwater mobile suits. Zex actually doesn't have engine trouble, but this is the only way to get the Marina to cooperate. Heero continues showing off as he is a master equestrian. He uses a school computer to hack into military documents. He also steals money and removes his debts. Zex sends out the Pisces and Cancer. The Oz-09 MMS Pisces is one of the aquatic mobile suits from Oz. It has a submarine mode for high-speed underwater pursuit. Its propellers can be used as claws in its mobile suit form. Its main purpose is coastal bombardment. The Oz-08 MMS Cancer is the second mass-produced underwater mobile suit from Oz. Each arm contains a torpedo launcher and has a pincer-like claw. It looks similar to a crab. It also has anti-ground missiles. Underwater, Pisces and Cancer run into Death Scythe Gundam. The XXG-01D Gundam Death Scythe, simply known as 02, has stealth capabilities. It has jammers on its backpack to prevent it from showing up on radar. Death Scythe, like many units in the past, is designed to get in, do as much damage, and get out as fast as possible. It is the fastest of 5 Gundams. Its primary weapon is of course its beam scythe. Other weapons include Vulcans, a machine cannon, a buster shield, and a generic cannon. The captain that talked to Zex earlier decides to drop bombs onto Death Scythe, regardless of the fact that Zex's sub is in the line of fire. Death Scythe jumps onto the captain's aircraft carriers and destroys them. At Relina's birthday party, she sees that her father has photos of the mysterious Gundam. At the circus, the heavy arms pilot asks for a job. Elsewhere, Katra is admiring the beauty of Earth while Wu Fei purchases some bombs. Zex finally stumbles onto the Wing Gundam. They go to investigate when an alarm goes off. Suddenly a flashbang appears. It is Death Scythe. Duo in the Death Scythe takes out a Pisces quick. The Cancer lasts a little longer, but Duo destroys it with ease. He turns off the self-destruct mode and takes the Gundam as a backup. Heero is stealing some bombs from the military base when Relina comes in and starts questioning him. He points a gun at her and says she is in too deep. Suddenly, someone shoots at Heero. It is Duo trying to save Relina, but she stops him from attacking. Heero gets up and activates the stolen torpedoes. The torpedoes hit Wing and Death Scythe. Heero plops in the water. He's fine. You will notice a running theme of Heero trying to blow everything up, including himself. Zex talks to Trace. He decides to give up on finding the Wing Gundam and starts searching for the other 4 Gundams around the Mediterranean. Heero is held at an Earthsphere Alliance hospital. They try to decode a disc on Heero's person, and they speculate that he may be one of the rebel colonists. Relina meets with Major Sally P. She wants to know more about the man she brought in. Duo comes in to bust out Heero. An explosion goes off. People evacuate the hospital. Duo unties Heero, who is already savagely ripping through his restraints. They both jump out of the hospital, but Heero is passed out. Relina screams out to Heero as he wakes up and opens his chute, but it is too late. He takes the fall like a champ. Duo and Heero run off. One thing to note here is that Trace is also a part of the elite group called the Specials. This group is hated by the higher-ups of the Alliance as they have autonomous power within the military. He is also the founder of the Romefeller Foundation, which supplies the Alliance with mobile suits. Zex meets up with a man named Walker and shows him the Tall Geese. After reviewing the Gundam data they received, it seems the prototype Tall Geese is bigger than the Leo and could in theory compete with the Gundam if some mods were made. Meanwhile, the Specials head out towards an attack on one of their bases. It is Troa in the Heavy Arms. They begin to attack him. The XXG-01H Heavy Arms, or 03, is a heavy weapon version of the Wing Gundam in terms of artillery, and has the firepower of 3 to 5 battleships. It is also able to perform acrobatic melee attacks due to Troa being a circus boy. It has Vulcans, a machine cannon, chest Gatling gun, homing missiles, micro missiles, a beam Gatling gun, and an army knife and beam saber. Heavy Arms does a lot of damage to the Specials, but it runs out of ammo. Suddenly, Katra in the Sandrock Gundam comes in to destroy the remaining Specials pilots. The XXG-0SR Gundam Sandrock is designed specifically for desert environments. It has a sophisticated communication system and designed to be a commander unit for the Maganac Corps as well as the other 5 Gundams. It has Vulcans, a heat shuttle, a shield, a cross cruncher, which is a rock-crushing weapon, and home missiles. Heavy Arms and Sandrock engage in battle, but Katra says it isn't right. Both get out of their Gundam and talk. Meanwhile, Duo watches Heero snap his broken leg back into place. 55% of the factory at Corsica Base has been destroyed by the hands of the Heavy Arms. Zex talks with Lucretia Noin, a mobile suit instructor at Lake Victoria Military Academy. Zex was once a top student at this academy. Zex and Noin meet for the first time in a while. They have different philosophies in life. She trains but hopes to never have to fight in battle, while Zex knows not to get too attached to his men. Meanwhile, Lake Victoria is attacked by Wu Fei. Leos go out to find the culprit. They can't find him. Noin gets into her Ares. She uses heat sensing to spot Wu Fei. He gets away on his motorcycle and gets into Shinlong Gundam. The XXG-01S Shinlong Gundam, or 05, is a close combat high agility mobile suit and has the highest level of fighting ability amongst the 5 Gundams. It has the ability to reproduce the moves of a Chinese martial artist. It has Vulcans, a Chinese-style beam glaive, a shield, and a dragon fang. It also has a fighting sight to calculate fighting movements. Wu Fei makes fun of her for being a woman. He disables her mobile suit. Meanwhile, Oz is shipping out a bunch of Taurus mobile suits on a carrier. Wu Fei uses his space laser to take down the carrier. Back on Duo's ship, Heero Yuy gets a message that the enemy carrier is transporting Gundanium alloy and must destroy it as his next mission. He must fix his Gundam before going out on this mission. Meanwhile, Relina stares into the ocean while yelling out for Heero Yuy to kill her. She seems to be handling rejection in a healthy manner. Duo wakes up to find that Heero finished fixing his mobile suit, but he soon realizes that he stole parts from his own death scythe. Heero goes out and easily destroys the transport ship. Back at Katra's place, Katra and Troa have a jam session. Hell yeah, flute and violin jam session? The Maganac Corps is Quattro's home. They fix up both Gundams. We'll talk more on them later. After a losing battle at Lake Victoria, Noin says F this. She decides to join Zex in his search for the Gundams. Wu Fei yells at some hyenas and the moon. And that will do it for this video. We are slowly unraveling the plan that is Operation Meteor as the colonists mount an offensive operation on the Earth sphere. In our next episode, we will learn about Relina's secret and one of the Gundam pilots tries to attack Trace. But that will do it for now, Earth sphere. Always remember those 4 words that really does it for a woman. Peace.